So very careful with that. Then, this is just a colloquial term, sand and flood. It's not really a flood, but sand the floors. You need to get all the varnish off the floor. This is for treating floors specifically. And then spray 2 coats of a pesticide called CTX over it, and let it absorb, and you do it twice. Good treatment. Unfortunately, the subfloor timbers don't get treated. So the supporting timbers that, unless there's a trapdoor, the supporting timbers that support that floor don't get treated. Okay. Also, the longevity of that chemical is not what it used to be. Years ago, there were products like Lindane and GABA BHC that had a 10 to 15-year life. So what would happen back in the day with Oxy and Hilo, if they found beetle, they'd fumigate or remove and replace the timbers that were infested, and then go and pressure inject every single other timber in that roof with a proper pressure machine. And that pesticide would go into the timber, and it would keep that timber safe from infestation for 10 to 15 years. Some companies are still calling for drill and inject, but the current product lasts 6 to 8 months. So what's the point of drilling every timber in a roof if after 6 months or 8 months you've got no protection? So it's actually an unnecessary treatment now compared to what it was when the pesticide was a better long-lasting chemical. Then the obvious, remove and replace. Infested timber, take it out, put a new one in. Easy treatment. But we did a property in Takaya once. It was a complex. We had, I think, 190 timbers had to be replaced. That becomes a very big job because the roof structure's got to be supported when you take a timber out. You can't just, if that roof just drops 1 centimeter, you're never going to get it up again. So you have to support it properly. And then sweep and spray, similar to sand and flood, but without the sand. Normally on a Wendy house, if the Wendy house is covered in a sale agreement, clean off all the timbers, 2 coats inside and out, and you protect that. You'll get rid of the pesticide there. And then drill and inject. This is not the drill and inject I was referring to about the old days. If you find one floorboard infested and it hasn't spread anywhere else, what's the point of treating the whole floor, sanding the whole floor? Then we do a topical treatment, drill small holes, stagger drill in that one piece of timber. Then we pressure inject just with a syringe into that timber 2 or 3 times, and then we plug up the old hole so you can always see new infestation that comes in. So that's the most effective way to treat just 1 or 2 timbers in a property that have infestation. Okay, let me just see if there's anything else. So with all of this in mind, the Beetle certificate is not required because of a law. So what must guide us in terms of what treatment options are available on a property? What guides us? Any ideas?